Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Mind Afloat with me, Babalo MC. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Help me grow so that I can obviously get monetized soon and invest further into this channel. For those of you who are returning viewers, returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in every week. So, another week and another topic. Today's topic is we lose a lot by not taking care of the small details of our lives. We lose a lot by not taking care of the small details of our lives. A lot of people still don't pay attention to the small details of their lives because it seems insignificant. But actually the truth of the matter and life hack is that if you're ignoring the small details of your life, then you're not even really building the life of the quality that you want anyway. Think about it. Let's say you are trying to build a business of your own, you're really trying to build your brand, but you do not have the time or energy to build from scratch. You don't have the time or energy to build from scratch. Does logic tell you that you will have the time and energy to sustain this big brand one day? If you do not have the time and energy to build from scratch, to be embarrassed with one thing, to get something wrong, to look like an amateur in one thing, if your plan is to build this legacy for yourself, for your family, for your retirement years, for you to actually just earn proper wealth, maybe to do stuff that you really love or buy stuff that you really love, if you do not have the energy to build small items, to build small habits, to stick to small to-do lists, once you've built, let's just say something happens and some funder comes and gives you this much money and this company is there, it's running, let's just say, miraculously speaking. And I mean, honestly, things like that don't happen. That's not how life works. But let's just say you are given this platform to do your thing and an investor says, here you go, here's money, do your thing. If you did not have energy to look embarrassed over the small item, to maybe lose funds here or there because you made the wrong decision when it comes to investing in your company, if you did not have the energy to even work on something because it looks like nobody is watching it, where are you going to have the energy to build a big item where you are hoping that those clients of yours now with money actually buy into it? I mean, if you now have the eyeballs and the clients and the funders looking at you, you're pretty much going to need a lot of energy to make sure that the item that you're selling to these people actually works. Like, you're going to have a lot of work cut out for you. So please introspect on the idea or thought maybe, or this heaviness that you might have in your heart that, no, I don't think I should do this thing, it's so small. I don't think I should change this habit. What difference is it going to make? The only person who can really change anything is the one who has changed a small thing before. I mean, how are we going to trust that you know how to change or create a product for us that can change or affect the efficiency of our lives or convenience of our lives if you can't even change a small aspect for yourself that you can come and show us, I changed this from this to that for myself, I changed this from this to that for my 50 subscribers. But you're going to want to stand and pitch maybe to a bigger corporation one day and say, I want to change this and that for 200,000 people. We are going to find it hard to believe. So please do not despise small activities, small to-do lists, small achievements. Take care of the seconds that become days, that become months, that become years. To the young people, it sounds like 10 years is a long time to go. I can tell you right now what happened in certain months in my life 10 years ago. I still remember the certain types of feelings I had at a certain place 10 years ago. I remember it like yesterday. And I know sometimes when older people say, I remember something like yesterday, you think, they're just saying it because they wish they could. No, I don't even wish I could really remember that thing because it was a painful time when I was wishing I weren't at a certain place anymore. It was a painful time. But I just remember it because time flies that quickly. Please believe us. The seconds quickly become the days, quickly become the months, quickly become the years. So when we are saying cool, or when business people are saying, like accomplished business people are saying, it's going to take about 10 years to really build a sustainable business, don't be discouraged and think, 10 years, I don't have that time. I'd rather then not build this thing. I'd rather not create this thing. I'd rather not communicate this innovation of mine to anybody else. 10 years is going to come again in my life so quickly. Like, that's one thing I know for sure. I mean, if I'm still lucky enough to still be here, that 10 years is coming very quickly. So I might as well start now. I might as well start putting these small actions together. I might as well start putting one foot in front of the other. I might as well start failing now. I might as well start failing small so that I can understand and return from bigger failures once my business is big enough. Because sometimes we want to sit and say, life is so terrible, this and that. I wish my life were like this and that. But in 10 years' time, when your 10 years is also again right in front of you, are you going to be proud of the things you did to build the life of your dreams? Are you going to honestly be able to look at yourself? The direct question is actually, will you be proud when you are no longer of working age? Will you be able to accept the way in which you've spent your life? Or will you have to forgive yourself? Or will you be those that are proud of themselves? When 10 years comes again, or 20 years, I mean, I'll still be of working age in 10 years, but I'm talking about when the time comes and maybe you're no longer of working age. And let's just say for those of us who are young, you've still got like another 30 years in you. You still have another 30 years in you to build this life. And I mean, if it takes about 10 years to build a brand, that's another 10 years or 20 years of this brand then taking care of you towards the years of retirement and then taking care of your family. What is this 10 years? Like, think about it. The 30 years that you now still have of working age compared to the 10 years that you have lost maybe in your first adult years. I keep referring to the 10 years of mine because like 24, 34, 20, how old am I? 20, 23, 33, 10 years there when your own mind should actually start helping you make decisions. 30 years of my next working age is so great compared to just 10 years of habits that I wasn't proud of years I felt I wasted, of years I felt I should have maybe been doing this and that. Now that I know better, I also understand just how fast time flies. I understand how much more still lies in the 30 years to come. The 30 years that's going to be taking good care of me in that 30 years. And then the retirement years thereafter. And then my child or my children, when God blesses me with more. Will you have to forgive? Are you part of the people that are going to say, you know what? I'll just have to accept life the way it is. What goes on? Let's get mad at me. Are you going to be that person? Or are you going to be able to say, you know what, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of me. And if you're going to plan, or if you think you should be a part of the people, or if you think you're done, right? And you're just really going to be a part of the people who are like, you know what? There was nothing more I could do. If you're going to have to forgive yourself, shouldn't you maybe then start that forgiving exercise immediately? Because now you at least only have 10 years to forgive. And I mean, for the older people as well, I know I've got an older audience. Shouldn't you maybe forgive yourself for that 20 years, for that 30 years? And still live the life that you love, that you will be proud of, saying, yeah, I've lived. Should tomorrow be your day? Even if you're one who maybe has 30 years where you're like, what was the 30 years? I can't take accountability for what I did and I could have done better. If you still have another 10 years in you, you will still be more proud of the 10 years for living your true essence, your true purpose. And if that is the case, shouldn't we maybe start forgiving ourselves now? so that we can at least spend the rest of our time not having to forgive ourselves, but actually having to be proud of ourselves. Why spare these years to be years that you are going to need to say, oh well, on those years. Do you really need any more of those years? Or have you really had enough? When is enough enough? Has your enough arrived yet? Have your enough of, but you know, I really hate this thing. I hate this life. I hate this and that. I hate that I don't have any savings. I hate that I don't have this and that for myself. I hate that I can't afford the actual car that I want. How long do you have to live with that? I hate this and that. Shouldn't you start forgiving yourself for those times that you didn't have better habits and maybe then make peace of it? Shouldn't you just start forgiving yourself, make peace with it, and then start building this life that you're proud of? Get rid of the things that didn't work for you. Get rid of the mindsets that didn't work for you. Get rid of the thoughts and things that just hold you back right now, because you're going to have to carry them for the rest of your life anyway. If you don't decide to get rid of them, just get rid of them. Try to build the life that you love. And even if it's not shining stars or what, guys, I think we obsess too much about the big items. I want to be seen on TV. I want my YouTube to have 1 million subscribers. Guys, the truth of the matter is the beauty of people who are working and achieving their purpose and goals is that the beauty lies in the details. It doesn't lie in the grander scheme of things. Do you not just think about it, guys? When you look at nature, when you look at the clouds, when you look at the sun, when you look at time itself, it seems like it's not moving. When you just look at the seconds, or when you just literally look at the clouds, they look like they are not moving. But do you know how much work those things are actually doing? I mean, moon comes through eventually because the sun was actually moving. Was actually going to its correct sunset eventually at the end of the day. But when you really are aware the whole time, it looks like it's sitting still, but it's actually doing a lot of work. Guys, why do you want to maybe even fight nature? Just accept the real work, the important work, the purposeful work for people who are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Mulifasting lies in the small details that are not in everybody's faces actually moving the whole time. We obsess over this thing of I want people to see me moving, to see me doing this great work all the time, to see me being on top 10 academics all the time. But that is not the true beauty of life. If you think about it, it's just a cherry on top. Yes, when we see the sunset eventually, we are like, oh my goodness, look at it. It is so beautiful. When we get the rain eventually after a long season of drought, it's like, oh my goodness, there you go, we've got rain. When we have beautiful flowers during harvest season, we're like, oh my goodness, oh, beautiful crop, food, farm food. We are like, oh my goodness. Look at this beauty. It has sprouted. It is here. It's looking beautiful. But could you account for the daily growth? No one can do that. So why must you put pressure on yourself to perform miracles daily? Why are you not acknowledging that the beauty lies in the small details of you putting in the work of your purpose daily? And for us to experience it once in a while. But your purpose is just for you to do what you are meant to do. You're going to get paid some money for it in the future. You need the money. And I mean, it's great when you then put it out to everyone for them to experience. And once in a while, they're giving you like the payment for it. But really, do not think that you have no purpose in doing anything just because the small items that you're doing daily seem insignificant. Continue to post those videos that you post. We love to see your face. We love to see the fact that this person is so passionate about this. It's inspiring, that thing. It's inspiring for us to see somebody who's so passionate about what they do, that they bring out their work every single day. That is the inspiring thing. Yes, you don't have all the followers that Bonang Matiba has, but do you know that we feel just the fact that we feel something for seeing you. You did that. You put yourself out there like that every single day for the amount of days that you said you would. Oh, you did that. That is nice. That is nice. The message that I'm busy putting out every single day, I must not ever despise the fact that, oh my goodness, only about 300 people are hearing it, only about 150 people are hearing it, only about 50 people are receiving it and hearing it every week. It's an important message to share nonetheless. It does not reduce the importance of the message. And there is something to be said about the fact that I come here every single week to still say that message. The other things are this big cherry on top that I'm going to enjoy definitely. But please, man, just be like the sun, be like the moon, be like the rain, be like the clouds that gather and move to one side, and sometimes they clear up, they're white, and sometimes they get very gray. Just doing what they have to do, showing up, doing what they have to do anyway, no matter whether or not they're getting the praise. I mean, guys, this thing of obsessing over praise, people will even bash rain for raining. It's actually raining right now. People will even bash rain for raining and say it is too much, when it's just doing what it has to do. They will literally praise it for so long, and then before you know it, they are bashing it. Well, it's too much. No, I don't want it. When the sun comes out again, we are happy. Oh my goodness, sunny days. Oh no, but after a few days or a few weeks, no, it's too hot. It's what? The moments of praise last so little compared to how much you still have to do your work and how much you still have to see your purpose through for many days, many years to come. So please do not sit and obsess over, when I start this thing, when am I going to get the praise for it? Praise only is so short-lived that you need to understand to live on the consistency of your purpose. It's clear, right, what I'm saying? Do what you have to do. Start enjoying what you do, what is purposeful, what is resourceful, and what actually gives you return. Start enjoying those things and get to work. And one day you'll see your money trickling in. Those few pages of your academic work per day, your effort in trying to understand your work better per day, it will not ever go unnoticed. You could literally still be so bad at this thing, although you are genuinely, and not in like a harsh way, putting more effort in knowing this thing better. It will pay off eventually. Guys, when I'm just thinking of academics, I'm coming back to mathematics again. As I was reading my economics notes, so economics, econometrics, they've got a lot of formulas going on in there. It hit me, when it comes to equations and academic work, every little detail counts. When it comes to mathematics, if you get one small little detail, or accounting for that matter, when it comes to numbers and how systems work, and we need systems to actually have anything that is running in the very long term. When it comes to numbers, if you get one small little detail of that equation wrong, no matter how beautiful your summary of that equation looks or how long it looks, the final answer will be wrong. This tells you how important the details, small details of your life are. Pay attention to the things that you're doing with the seconds of your life. Pay attention to the words that you're putting out to yourself. Do not be too harsh on yourself. Do not kill your mind and soul. Pay attention to how you handle the people around you. Pay attention to how you handle the teams around you that you're hoping will actually help you bring or build your career, bring your business to life. Pay attention to the small details that touch your life. Mathematics teaches us this, and mathematics is one of the most successful systems really of our lifetime. So if you don't believe me, at least believe mathematics, that small details matter. If you do not have the patience to do this small thing, to put that small particular thing right, to put it in its place, to put something else right, to sleep on time because you need the energy the next day to run through your scheduled day, to put together a schedule of a to-do list for yourself. If you don't believe me that every little detail of how you plan your life actually matters, just check mathematics check to see if anything works if you don't have the proper details in place. Have you set your actual parameters of this equation in place? Did you start with the foundation of what are we talking about? Therefore, what are the values of these things that are fixed values? Therefore, where do I plug them to finally get the answer of this unknown value? Everything plugs into everything. Stop thinking that life is this isolated place. Okay, I go to work, I must. Okay, I take care of my child, I must. Okay, I pay attention to my husband, I must. Okay, this is time for me, I must. Okay, I'll go see my parents and my family and my friends and then chill. Guys, our life is just many pieces of small things that are supposed to make each other work. These small pieces are supposed to help me build a proper financial future for myself. These small pieces are supposed to support me in building the life of my dreams as well. If I'm not happy, I'm not going to be resourceful at my 9 to 5 either, which is why it then trickles into make people aware of what your dreams are. Bring them into your plans so that they can support you, recommend you, speak of your plans. Be healthy, be happy, even in these other spaces outside of your home, so that it doesn't then make you this person who is unhappy, who comes back home as an unhappy mother anyway, an unhappy spouse anyway, and a terrible person to themselves. I think we focus so much on, I just do a job and I come back. I just go to school, I hate it anyway, I hate what I'm studying, and I come back. Guys, if that thing is eating away at you, isn't it making you aware of it? It is technically your life. Therefore, it must actually start flowing very well with the balance of what your life should be. Do not take for granted of what these small insy-wincy pieces actually, how far they play a part in your life. We lose so much in not paying attention to the small details of our lives. And I get it, we lose so much. Sometimes we lose parts of ourselves. We lose money. We lose time that we could have used to build systems that will work, that will create something for ourselves and our children. We are losing every time you're in a weird, confused state of your life. Please just know that you are losing. And maybe you should start taking stock of how much am I really losing. If I was supposed to actually be emceeing at a gig today, if my confidence was more up, if I was supposed to actually have put out this awesome skit on social media for thousands and millions of views. Guys, when you think of social media and how it's afforded us the opportunity to put out our talents to everyone in the world, never mind the small group of friends or small group of families that are around you, you've got the world to put out your work to. You lose out so much in not having just put out some time to say, I'm going to film this thing and therefore publish it. You lose out so much. You lose out a lot in terms of the satisfaction and being proud of yourself by patting yourself on your back and say, and that's confidence that you could be building onto yourself. You lose money. You lose value in yourself. Am I valuing myself? I could have done that because then I can tell people, no, I'm a podcaster on top of being a banker. Like that makes me feel valuable because it is attached to my purpose. It gives me joy. It adds joy to my purpose. Therefore, it adds value to me. Be aware of how much you are losing by not paying particular attention to the details of your life. Read academic books when you should be reading them. Speak and engage with the stakeholders that you want to be engaging with, your clients, your funders. Write those proposals when you should be. Put out that work, plan for it, and put it out when you should be. Because every time you're not, you're losing out. And somebody else is getting a share of your pie. Because I know for sure that this pie is indeed big enough for all of us. There's just too many human beings in the world who can actually support you. So this pie is big enough for all of us. But every time you sit back and don't claim your spot of this pie or your share of this pie, it just goes to somebody else. It just goes to somebody else. And that is my message for this week. You lose a lot by not paying attention to the small details of your life. Let go of the grand things. That's the easy part. That's the easy part, and that is the short-lived part. The peak, the pinnacle, you know. The most important part, I mean, guys, I'm sure even the superstar athlete performance, Ronaldo, I'm sure the superstar models, I'm sure the people who just do what they do so well, they've mastered doing the small stuff very well. They've mastered doing the small stuff very, very well. Just think about it. They are ahead because they have mastered doing the small stuff that people tend to overlook very well. And therefore they get the credit for it. They get paid for it. And therefore they just progress so much more ahead of us, because they understand when they say, I'm putting aside this time just to read a little bit further into this detail. I'm not just going to read the summary of this literature. I'm going to read the details of this thing so that I can challenge it. Talking about challenging. Are you able to speak up and defend small parts of your life? Are you able to defend the small things that you need to be doing to progress your life? If somebody does indeed ask you to take time out, if somebody does quickly say, and I'm talking from friends, from family, from boss, from your children, from your spouse, are you able to comfortably, not in a fighting way, say, no, I should be doing something else? Now my friends do tell me, oh no, I'm working. And I respect that. I respect a person who knows how to say, I need to be doing this to actually be putting more in my pocket, in my account. Therefore, I can't hang out. I can't come out for a good time. Are you able to defend the things you should actually be doing with your time? Are you able to defend the importance of your mind, of the things your mind keeps telling you? Do you take it as important, or that thought actually came up to you in the first place? That creative idea, that thing you had to do it. Do you understand how beautiful it is, or it only visits you in the way that it visits you? I mean, it might not be the most creative idea, but that thought actually visited you. Do you take it for granted? You just say, I'll do it after I've hung out with my friends. I'll do it after I've gone to see my parents. I'll do it after I've spent time with my children. Do we always put the things that we must be doing, our purpose, aside so much that it hardly ever even happens anyway? Before you know it, it's June already. Before you know it, it's June already. And when you kept on saying, I will. And after it's June already, before you know it's 2028, then it's 2035. 10 years have passed. Take care, be aware, kapela, be wise. Hlokomela. Take care of your time, take care of the tiny details of your life, and be able to stand up to us and say, nobody, I can't hang out. Nobody, I can't watch your YouTube channel now. I actually have something to do. Only you know just how important your dreams are worth fulfilling. From me, Paballo MC, thank you so much for watching this episode of Mind Afloat. I'll see you again in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this and that you'll put some aspects into practice for yourself. Cheers, and take care of yourself. You matter. Your little seconds matter. Remember, the number to contact me on is 069-5199-567. You can send me your messages in terms of just reflection on what you think of this channel, the questions that I ask, and just if you are starting to pay attention to the small details of your life. Have a wonderful final week of February. I'll see you again in March.